So the man said he was on the way to work. They stopped him, told him he needed to come to the office, whatever. Said they got a new president, and said that it's some new papers he need to fill out. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So they handcuffed him, loaded him up, and sent him on. But like I said, each one of these countries that I'm showing you right here, it's all black and brown people. You ain't flew no planes of deportees back to any European countries. Now, this one right here is a plane full of deportees that landed in Guatemala from US to Guatemala. These are other black and brown people. So my question is, where are the planes that's flying the Europeans, the unauthorized Europeans back to Europe? It seemed to me like you only deporting the black and brown people. It seemed to me like you only deporting people who look like me, similar to me. But where are the planes that's flying to all these other countries? I'm about to show you a list of all the countries of European immigrants. They ain't flew one plane to those countries. Now this one right here, I can't even blame them. You know what I'm saying? Because these Venezuelan immigrants are involved in gang activity and stuff like that. So I can't even defend that right there. But once again, it's still black and brown people. I'm saying make it fair. If you deporting all illegal immigrants, then I want to see you fly some planes to Europe too. Take some white people back too. It seemed like you just, and I ain't no prejudice person, nothing like that. I'm just saying, but if you just only flying planes to Africa and Haiti and Guatemala, Mexico, all the Central America countries and stuff like that, come on, make it fair. This
Officials
video
say they are targeting roughly 100 people involved with the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, but it's not clear how many people have been arrested so far, with a lot of those raids happening at an apartment building. Neighbors say they were getting caught up in the chaos.
They banged on the door, opened the door, and they were like knee deep in front of my door. And they were asking me if I was American or if I was legal.
All of this happening as protesters gathered outside Denver's Capitol building as part of a nationwide protest taking place today against President Trump's immigration policies. NBC's David Noriega joins us now on set. So, David, what else do we know about these raids? They're a long time coming here. We've been expecting them for some time.
Yeah, so this was really a show of force. You know, we were just talking yesterday about how the Trump administration is sort of deputizing or marshaling the entire federal law enforcement apparatus to basically supplement ICE out in the field. So today in the Denver area, including in Aurora, we saw DEA, FBI, ATF, marshals, all out there along with ICE. We saw, dozens of agents at each location. They were clearly trying to make a show of this. They recorded those videos like the one we just saw of the agent throwing the flashbang grenade in this apartment complex. They say that they were targeting specifically 100 members of Tren de Aragua, this Venezuelan gang. We don't know, though, at this point, whether we don't know who those people were or whether they have been apprehended. As for who those people are, we don't know what provable links they have to Tren de Aragua. That information, ICE is not releasing.
Okay, these are Jamaicans that's being deported back to Jamaica. But once again, where are the planes that's flying the European immigrants that's in the United States? Where are the planes that's deporting them back to Europe? I'm saying don't just deport all the black and brown people. That's illegal.
Of deportees for 2025 landed in Normandy International Airport in Kingston, Jamaica. It had about 51 deportees on the plane, including 3 criminals, one of which goes by the name of Courtney Wilson, and he had actually been living in the United States for 33 years.
We're getting the dirtbags off these streets.
We are throwing them the hell out of our country. We have no apologies, and we're moving forward very fast.
Is saying it's not necessarily under the new order by Trump, but it was a monthly routine maintenance arrangement that had already been in the works. So apparently every month there's a group of people that are deported back to Jamaica. And so this falls under that category. However, it's no different than what he wants to be doing, right? Like he's made it clear. With this group, some of them have been processed and released back to their families, and some are still being detained by the Jamaican authorities, maybe because there was some further investigation that had to be done on the Jamaican end before they're released and processed, but also maybe because it's a group of, criminals. They probably fled Jamaica to the United States. And using Courtney Wilson for an example, as I said, 33 years living in the United States, often they have established themselves. They have homes, they have careers, they have families. They've made babies in the United States. Under the Biden administration, you were able to get away with living illegally for that many years, but Trump is not joking around. So even those who are now trying to scramble to get their documentation, he has said a resounding no, you're going back.
Man, so let's look at this. Let's look at the numbers, man. Let's look at the numbers, man. Okay. The numbers say that in 2021, this is in 2021, so you're talking about like 4 years ago, the Migration Policy Institute, MPI, estimated that there were about 599,000 unauthorized European immigrants in the United States. 599,000 illegal immigrants from Europe in the United States. Now watch this. Look at these different countries. Look at these different countries, man. Out of all these different countries, you didn't fly not one plane to all these different countries. So look at everything I got marked in red right here, right? You look at everything I got marked in red right here. And these green are questionable for one reason or another, right? But look at everything I got marked in red. Albania, Armenia, right? You can count Australia even though it's not really counted as a country. You know what I'm saying? But we know Europeans run Australia, okay? Azerbaijan, it kind of borders Asia and Europe, so I put a green dot and a red dot. All right. Belarus, Belgium, right? You got you got 2,800 illegal Armenians in the United States that you know about. Then you got Bulgaria, Canada, Croatia, Denmark, Estonia, right? Look at this list, man. Finland, France, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Kosovo. Then you got Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Malta, Moldova, Monaco, um, Montego, Montenegro, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, right? Poland. Look at all the illegal people that's in the United States that they know about from Poland, over 2,300 and something. Portugal, Romania, over 4,000 and something illegal Romanians here. But you ain't flew not one plane to Romania. You getting rid of all the black and brown people. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm just saying make it fair. Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland. Come on, man. Ukraine, almost 2,000 Ukrainians over here, illegal. You ain't flew no planes to Ukraine. United Kingdom, almost 1,200 of them, over 1,100 of them from the United Kingdom. Yugoslavia, come on, man. I'm just saying make it fair. Y'all see the list? Y'all see the list. So all I'm saying is if you deporting people, Don't just deport just the black and brown people, Trump. Okay? If you say you deporting all the illegal immigrants, then I want to see some planes flying over to Europe too. I want to see some planes flying over to Yugoslavia. I want to see some planes flying over to Poland. I want to see some planes flying over to Sweden. I want to see some planes uh, flying over to, to, to Liechtenstein. I want to see some planes flying over to France. Send some planes to Germany. I want to see some of them planes. Yeah, I want to see some of them planes flying over there to Albania and Armenia, Australia. Send some of them planes back too. Not just to Jamaica and the African countries and the Central American countries and India. Send them to Europe too. Hey, this RevMeoTV, man. Y'all be blessed, young people. If you ever been to jail, if you ever been to prison, please don't go back. If you never been, please don't go. Hit that like button, subscribe. Hit that